tough because less armor reduction is now more in this patch, and Deso went from 6 to 7 armor reduction. So, plus damage.
So Deso is pretty freaking good right now.
Deso's pretty insane right now.
Yeah. A lot of these lone druids I've seen been going Deso, so it seems like an item a lot of these right clickers want to try out.
I think you'll probably see it get picked up on like jugs and stuff now too.
Yep. That was what the jug had in that game that I showed you.
I think it's good. I think it's good enough that even on these like non-traditional Deso heroes.
Well, is it being remade? Can we pop up the chat, make sure we're not missing something.
Disconnect.
Okay, we're good. They reconnected. Every time I see a team going to reserve time for the first ban, I'm like, uh-oh, did the wrong team get first pick? Are we remaking? It's always like a momentary panic.
Surprisingly, with using reserve time, that
I think it's because they DC'd.
Oh, okay.
Maybe they had a penalty that they couldn't implement in game, but they were like, all right, you got to wait for a little while. Just wait for a first pick.
Assuming things.
Oh, it's us again.
Hi, guys.
Hello.
Just making blatant assumptions.
That's what I do. Constantly. And it works out. Or it doesn't.
Just gotta speak confidently and people will believe you.
Can I just say real quickly to all these people out here, every single time a game ends, Jenkins looks over GoDz. Hey, you want some tea? Hey, you want some tea? Yeah, I'll get some tea.
He's not wrong.
Like literally every single time. It doesn't even need to be a question anymore.
Good stuff.
These
Cheers,
guys.
buddy.
You gotta get through the late night hours somehow. You're on the cold brew and the.
You are one to talk. Every time you're like, I'm gonna go get some cold brew.
It's cold though. You guys is hot.
This is decaffeinated.
I keep it cool, man.
No, it's not decaffeinated.
Yeah, it is.
You sure?
Yeah, it says on the box.
Oh, it did say on the box.
Yeah, green tea.
Green tea has normally got caffeine.
You guys don't know what you're putting in your bodies. I'm sitting over here sipping on some cold brew, just enjoying myself.
Do you know what's in cold brew?
No, I actually don't.
You say cold brew, but you know what cold brew is.
But it's cooler than a polar bear's toenails. That's what it is.
Man, you know a thing or two about toenails.
Let's not get back into the
As we've learned, Gabe. Bit too much for my liking.
All right. Well, we take a look at the draft now. We got the Shadow Demon, the Phoenix, got an Io, Grimstroke, Centaur, Mag. Cool.
Yeah, they took the Mag out, so no more Mag PAs.
Finally, Sand King makes it through. This region seems to favor this hero a little higher than SCA. SCA, this is more of a like, there are no good offlaners left, so we're going to pick the Sand King. But in this region, it was just first ban in every single game. But with the Mag being such a hefty pick, Sand King goes through. Really valuing these like tanky frontline offlaner guys. We saw it in SEA. Like they seem to dictate a lot of the game from the plays that they're making. So like getting the right hero for your player and preference in your draft seems to matter a lot.
It is sort of strange though that we haven't. I mean, was it first phase banned last time?
Yeah.
Sand King?
Yeah.
Okay. It has been. I think even the first BO3 we did, it was first phase banned probably as well. At least one of those games.
What's weird is the fact that Brew was ignored in the first series, first phase banned in the second series, first game, second series, and now Brew's just not in the picture again. Maybe RNG will first pick it?
Well, they're not picking yet.
They're not picking it?
They're going through reserve time. Let's
check the chat again. Oh, boy.
He's reconnected.
I mean, that's Setsu, though. That's not a big deal. It's not the drafter.
As long as most of the players are still here, we're not missing a new lobby or something.
They're probably in like voice chat still, too.
Setsu, Afu.
Rubik Brew, let's go. Our first time we see a Lich. Yeah, it's not being banned, it's just being ignored.
What's happening? Like, just randomly decide to take it with a Rubik? Like, is that really the strat?
I think it just highlights how there's so much uncertainty about what is the ideal opening, what's the ideal heroes. The fact Brew goes from not being touched to first ban kind of speaks to that. Lich goes from not being touched to being first two picked. It's just these teams don't know. No, nobody knows what's good on this patch, really. Other than us. That's what we're here for.
Exactly.
We know all the OP heroes, guys. Pick some Brewmaster. That's the OP hero.
Oh,
I still like the PA first phase, even without the Magnus.
Will we see Dazzle ban maybe, though?
I would certainly hope so. I do not like allowing this hero to go through like this physical mass damage strat with the Dazzle going through. Like, how much did you say with 7 casts of spells?
Any ones, you get negative like 20 or 17 armor or
negative
something?
17 armor. Remember, that's negative 17 armor on this patch, not the previous one. So that's a lot of armor. And 7 spells on Dazzle, that's not that hard. I mean, the hero has a 50% cooldown reduction on his ultimate.
Yeah, does that mean heroes like Slaughter are just better because the way the new armor stuff works?
Yeah, I think so. As long as like the armor didn't get changed to reflect the new changes. I know some things that, like, for the towers, for example, towers have
But his
reduced
abilities didn't get changed at all.
Yeah,
and
which
he's
is
also the type of hero that would love to pick up bracers and run around and make stuff happen.
Yep.
Did Slaughter get any balance changes? Any buffs? I feel like
yeah,
he
they
got a
changed
small
they
buff,
ch
right?
they changed them so that your bash procs on every 4th hit. I think it's every 4th hit.
Okay.
So that way, like, you can bash or you can hit creeps 3 times and then have a bash for the start of the fight.
Yeah.
And then I think if you get over some 500 something attack speed, you have like guaranteed bash,
+1 armor as
perma
well.
bash in fights. +1 armor. That's actually pretty effective. I mean, he's like an offlaner, tanky guy, gets hit in the
I
laning
could see
stage.
him be like a sort of a run around support too. Like if you can time out your bashes, you hit 3 creeps in the jungle, then just run mid.
That part's really nice. For
People
sure.
are playing him as a carry too, because if you get some pretty, like, very reasonable attack speed items, you will perma bash somebody.
Right.
So that's pretty nice. You can just go 2 moon shards as
I've
well.
seen people
Rush-
doing
rush
that
2
in
moon
test
shards.
lobbies. Yeah, trying like how many. It was you who were doing it with the Slaughter, right? The perma bash, seeing how much attack speed
I've
you
been
needed.
doing a lot of stuff in test
Yeah,
lobbies for
okay.
past few days. Didn't try out the Grimstroke though to see if
Yeah, we still haven't
Oh,
done
but
that.
the crush stun duration was nerfed from 2 seconds to 1. That's kind of a big deal, I think, for like the support / offlane Slaughter
2 seconds to 1 at level 1.
at level 4.
At level 4.
It's a flat 1 second at all levels, the stun
Wow.
duration, but they increase
The slow duration?
afterwards. It looks like, yeah.
And hypothetically, if you can set up your bash every time, then it's still how long of a bash is it?
It's only 1.3 at level 4
Okay.
into a 1 second crush, and then during the probably with the crush maybe you get another bash. But I don't know. That to me that kind of ruins the hero in some ways as a like initiating offlaner type. If you get your blink, you come online, and it's a 1 second blink stun.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound too great.
You basically have to play it as like that armlet, maybe Echo Saber hero, which
Yeah.
is super limiting. And his
Yeah.
role, then
What
you
does he do
really
then?
wanna
1
Slardar carry?
second stun initiation just sounds garbage.
Yeah, that's not good.
I don't know. Maybe I think that's actually a pretty big nerf to him.
But like you could play it as like a more of a pick-off oriented hero instead, because you would still have that like same amount of disable for a single target.
Yeah.
It just wouldn't be the team fight anymore.
Yeah.
It does. The crush does more damage, and then has the 6 second slow at level 4. But the key fights in that mid to late game, the issue is after your crush, they're just going to insta BKB. So you want that longer stun duration because that slow just doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No more Ravages with Slardar either. Like the Blink Dagger, just much
Yeah.
less effective in those fights.
So what do you see? Bans
love
on
the Dazzle.
Dazzle, yep. Dazzle Kunkka, Axe Void.
Yeah, you don't let Dazzle go through after that last game.
Yeah.
I think this region is going to start first phase banning this hero. Like, we're going to see this happening when teams start having to first phase it, and then it's like too good even in the first phase.
Yeah.
I think these guys are undervaluing the Dazzle. Maybe it's just not picked a lot in those pubs.
Or maybe we're undervaluing the PA.
Maybe.
We'll see. I mean, this is going to be a good game to figure that out, because this
Yeah.
is a PA without the mag, without the Dazzle, none of the other heroes. And if this ends up working out still, then maybe you have to start thinking about first phase banning the PA.
Awkward to be first phase banning a carry in this patch, like almost
Right.
exclusively a carry. Usually it's these like flex picks, broken supports, first phase heroes.
Same time, it's new patch, just spam really whatever. It's so unclear what you need to be banning
Sure.
that I think it's fine.
Yeah. Something's like really broken.
Like if your
just get-
opponents have first pick, which of the heroes like you feel like you have to ban? Just IO. It seems like that's like the one hero that's just consistently banned against the first pick team. Here, against the first pick team and what?
like IO Grimstroke,
Grim
and then
maybe?
maybe specialty heroes.
Yeah.
Which would be the PA.
Yep.
For Aster.
Stretch out my wrists a little bit here. I've been like
That's good.
getting all
Yeah.
crampies.
Stop that carpal tunnel.
Exactly.
It's good. They got the Slark. It's one of the more hard PA counters.
Yep.
Loves to buy the Silver Edge, takes off the blur. You can deal a lot of stats from her. I believe she can't Blink Strike while she's leashed now, because that's a movement ability and it
Okay.
applies to leash. So the hero has been getting pretty significantly nerfed though, the Slark hero, because he was 60% win rate as soon as the patch came out.
Really?
Oh yeah, he
Okay.
was not okay. Like Luna, Slark, and Meepo were all above like between 60-70% win rate. It was stupid. So they nerfed him a lot, but I still think that he's pretty good. I think he's actually better when they changed it so that his permanent steal wasn't in an AoE. It was just like he had to get the kill, and
Right.
then that was really lame and boring and not fun. So they changed it back, but they nerfed a bunch of his talents.
Didn't
as a
it
result.
like make a thing too where you could like right click somebody and then they'd like die on the other side of the map and you'd still get the agi?
Yeah.
I think when it first
If
came
they
out,
just had it
It
on
still
them.
works like that. It still works like that.
Yeah.
does it?
Yeah, they changed
Oh,
it back so it works like
jeez.
that, as long as it's on them.
That is.
So I mean,
I gotta learn how to play Slark.
he's good. He's definitely good. Pug Undying. This is a Kyle. This is a Kyle strat. You put the tower down. If you get a Shadow Shaman on top of this, you have all of the tower things.
junk.
Yeah, you just fight
The
around
bog,
it.
as Jack would call it.
Right.
You just
Can't fight
move
into
around
that.
as 5 and no one can touch you, yeah.
5 seconds remaining.
Oh,
Yep.
pick the Venno. That'd be great.
That would be so cancer.
That'd be wonderful.
The green heroes.
The green ones are always the 5-man heroes. Well, what's with that? Death Prophet?
Necro, Death Prophet, Veno, Pugna.
Then again, I
green.
guess we're just naming 5-man heroes that are also green. It is kind of
Which
cheating.
green heroes aren't 5-man
Aren't
heroes?
5-man heroes?
Radiant
Nature's Prophet?
team ban.
I mean, it's still push hero.
He gets still
Still
5-man.
like a pretty toxic hero.
Rubik?
A little bit.
That's true.
With his null field,
That's right.
or back in the day with the null field, you
Yeah.
had 5-man.
I mean, if we're justifying just like every hero can, yeah, Sand King has a stun, so he can 5-man.
Get out of here.
Sven provides cleave for those fights, so he can 5-man.
You carving my style over here,
Tidehunter,
man.
he's a green 5-man hero.
Yeah,
that's
true.
exactly.
Kind of. I mean, he's got an AoE rabbit.
5
Viper.
seconds remaining.
He's got stun.
Viper, yeah. Viper definitely is, though.
Not anymore, really.
That's true. New Viper. Did they change Viper in 7.20? That hero got pretty garbage. It used to be this lane dominator mid, and then they just made the hero bad mid.
Yeah.
And it's like, how do you play Viper when you can't just win the mid lane straight up?
Everybody's like, guys, wait, you can break the DK's passive, and then he can't regen. And then he just like outlanes the Viper too. This
There
is
we
like the
go.
hypothetical
I mean,
counter.
7.20. Viper Nether Toxin AoE increased from 300 to 350.
What?
Damage rescaled.
Oh my god.
At level 4, Nether Toxin went up from 50 damage to 65.
This is amazing.
It's good for farming. It's actually
Yeah.
pretty fast to farm with that.
It may be the build to farm it. I mean, but it's one of those things. If you're using in lane, it's just you're setting up your opposing mid for denies. Like if you go mid with Nether Toxin, it's
It
like
also
Iron Shell and
it also
Dark Seal.
costs like a shitload of mana.
Yeah.
And that hero has absolutely none of that blue stuff.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
don't think you can actually play Viper as a mid. He doesn't just crush the lane.
Then again, it has a 54% win rate in top tier.
I don't
pro
think
games.
that you can play Viper. Oh,
Huh.
maybe you can.
That seems odd. 131 picks only.
Hmm.
I'm gonna go the sample size being a bit small,
Okay.
maybe.
Sure. Because who plays Viper? It's a boring
Yo,
hero.
it's a green lady.
Another 5-man green hero.
Underlord is kind of greenish.
He's green.
His Firestorm is green. He himself isn't really that green.
More black.
He's like a gray.
But like for a demon, he's pretty green.
Yeah, that's fair.
Most demons are black, red. Yeah.
10 seconds remaining.
Good this.
All right. So Medusa. I don't know about Medusa
5
into
seconds
Slark. Like Slark
remaining.
just steals so many stats from this hero.
But you got physical damage
Even-
amplification.
Yeah, all these heroes don't scream, "Oh, this is a great Dusa game."
Yeah.
Which is
Neither did the
peculiar.
the Dusa game before.
That's true.
The Necro. He now have the
Oh.
Quas Wex mana
Oh.
drain. So
Oh, yeah, this
Not a
looks
great-
like a rough Dusa game.
not a
I
great
bet.
Dusa.
Who knows? Maybe Dusa's just a good hero suddenly.
Hmm.
The fact you can, use spells on top of Stone Gaze makes it a lot easier to teamfight around Dusa.
You still can't dispel Stone Gaze, right? As Slark, you can't.
I don't
Oh,
think
the
so.
Dark Pack.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Don't know.
I would like the idea of a high Wex alacrity on Slark just going to town on Medusa after Stone Gaze.
This is a support.
Oh, yeah.
A support Pugna, by the way.
Oh,
This is a Sand King offlane XXS.
that sounds like a pretty strong scary lane. How does this Medusa have a game? A Slark gets on top of you, starts essence shifting you. Invoker's gonna just tornado EMP cold snap you, lock you in place, drain your mana.
Are they
Then what?
they really gonna? The thing is, you have a PA against an Invoker. Like you don't run. There's no way you run the Medusa mid, right? You just do it against the Beastmaster. It's a melee hero in lane. You just drain from the units. Like I think if you're Aster, you want to put PA versus Invoker. Like that's a hugely PA favorite matchup. You just dagger him and he can't do
Even
anything.
more so now with the PA early game laning stage buffs.
They could still do it, even though Siler's playing the PA. That might just be a player comfort thing.
I think that's I think the play is for sure to put. They picked Invoker into PA. Like you put the PA mid, 90% of the time. Because Medusa just like hard countered by the Invoker. It's just a free mid.
No. Vichi's always been a team that will swap up their lanes from time to time. Paparazzi plays some of those safe laners. Sylar will play like a mid Lycan or something in the past.
He's actually going Medusa mid. Are they going to scout the lanes first or something like that and see?
I mean, the items for Medusa are mid items. The Wraithman pulled Tangos, but
maybe they're anticipating the lane swap as well.
Huh.
Because
possible.
I've seen like VP do this where they kind of overthink.
Are you ready for the next level play? You wait for the Sunstrike scout, and then you sell your items, and then switch it over. That would be unreal.
Jesus.
You're an innovator, Gabe. I like that one. That's actually pretty clever.
Yeah. Pugna gonna run around, get some wards down for his team. And it looks like they're...
God, I'm kind of in shock that they're allowing an Invoker to go mid against a Medusa.
Got him!
And now he knows.
He's like, I'm gonna move over here now. He won't suspect a thing. Monet? Not skilling anything yet. Just gonna get the little walk away from Mr. Pugna, but Bulbaka will chase him till the ends of the earth. When they both have that little, they have the green thing, the gem.
It's expensive.
Ultra rare one.
It's what, $500 or something? 1,000? These guys are showing
The
off.
battle begins.
That burning money.
You know, he put it back into the game though. I can appreciate that. That's why I have all the Pudge items, because it's like, may as well contribute to the thing that you love so dearly.
Yeah. So SRF going to be heading down bottom, and it looks like they're going to attempt to make something happen early on against this PA that they know is in the bottom lane. She has already taken the blur level 1. And with the Undying TPing in here, and then up on the top side, also seeing the TP out.
Wants to mess with that Pugna up there, it looks like.
Once again, I
What's Pugna
really
doing? Okay.
I really love this saving 100 gold and then purchasing a quelling before the game even starts. It just lets you have the first wave and not get anything denied, like running over to get that quelling, or not having the quelling and therefore getting denied. Like, you're not going to lose that advantage right on the first wave, which matters a lot. If you can get level 2 first, it's a pretty big deal.
Monet does not have a TP. He TP'd to the tier 1, so if he dies, he is very sad.
Game is hard.
It's a very hard Slark lane against the Sand King. He went for the Caustic as well. I like that he went for the Caustic. A lot of these Sand Kings are not going for it because the new skill is cool and fun and interesting, but this is just one of the best ways to deal with these melee laners. Get that Caustic.
Takes out the ward, I think, to make sure that they can start stacking up that camp, if they would so desire.
It's got to be really nice with the Sand King to just get some stacks up there.
Well, and so far, so good in the mid lane for the Medusa. Actually, a little bit ahead of the Invoker here.
Yeah, I think Medusa does fine. It's just that if Invoker ever has any sort of rotation, Medusa will die instantaneously. Just drains her mana. Yeah, he's going for like a Wex Exort build. It's a very common thing against Medusa. Lets you have the Alacrity as well for last hitting, but more so like you're going to get a couple points in the Wex just to kill him, drain his mana.
Well, there's a regen rune bottom. We'll see if anybody scouts that one out. And still Monet, the big core that's hurting in this laning stage. No more regen, just the stout shield. And whatever September can give to him.
Alright, September. Time to die. I need regen.
Oh,
He's
they're
using
bringing
the
the courier.
Is that a full rate ban for him?
Looks like it.
Yeah, okay.
That's pretty good.
That's something.
They also have Sentry Wards coming in. Oh, Bulbaka looking for the courier. Is going to be able to spot it out. The punch needs one more. If he can get this, it'd be huge.
He got it. No!
He does get the Sentry Wards taken away.
That's why you had to kill yourself, September. You had to do it.
Or just, micro the crew to the right rather than up. He got greedy. It's like, it'll be fine. It'll reach the Slark, but yeah, it's going to die in the process.
He got his rate ban, man. That's a true
that was
carry
the
player.
3-minute mark right there for the upgrade.
Well, that's good. Well, it's good in the sense the career respawns faster.
Right.
Bad in the sense it would have lived, I guess, if it was flying. So no, it's bad.
I mean, and if it gets the 3-minute mark right as the first hit hits or whatever, oh
yeah, if it's gonna die, you want it to be ground, but it would not have died if it was flying. And well, back at bottom, Rubik getting bullied a bit by Old Undying.
Burrow strike. Bobica trying to live. Walking away is going to end up
he's
throwing
doing
out
some
the
real
damage.
damage.
But September gets the kill.
+1 Agi. Let's go.
Hey,
Oh, wait a minute. He didn't get it.
Right? No?
it should
Can you
just stays.
hover over it? No, it's a second buff. Hover over the skill. So Slark steals. If Slark kills an affected hero, he permanently stays 1 agility.
So
Does
the
he have to
fact-
get the last hit again? I thought they changed
No,
that
I thought they
back.
changed that back.
Are we playing on an old patch here?
Let me Google that. Let me-
Click
September?
the guy who died, and does he have the -1 Agi buff?
Who was it? Was it Bobica? He doesn't.
Had he
Okay.
not skilled? He had skilled Essence Shift.
He had skilled it. Yeah, he's doing damage with it.
Did we not?
Essence Shift agility steal now occurs when an enemy dies
Dire's
within
top
300
tower
units
is under
from
attack.
Slark with the debuff.
He was out of range.
Oh.
It was
He must have
300
been.
units.
He must have been out of range.
Yeah.
Okay, so it is AOE,
Yeah.
but he has to be.
Because
On
the Lich right click got the. It must be
I
like
think it was the
350
That
range
was that
or
was
something.
some BS, man.
He
If
was-
you're Slark, you're.
Should have chased further. He shouldn't have like left the
He
Lich
should
right
have.
click to get the
Yeah.
kill.
Absolutely. Man, that is unfortunate.
I mean, it's 1 Agi.
It's 1 Agi, but 1 Agi at like a couple minutes into the game. It's a pretty nice start, you know?
Yeah.
All adds up. I like this build, going like 1-2-1, just maxing the what's it called? Sandstorm from the Sand King.
Yeah,
I
we've
thought
been
you
seeing a lot more of this.
But I like that he has at least 1 point in the other abilities. I've also seen like 2-4-2, just
Mhm.
to have a little bit of extra range on that Sand King stun, and then the Caustic also scales a little bit better at level 2.
Are fortified.
The level 1
Sandstorm.
point, you don't get as much damage.
They want to get this tier 1 tower now. They've put the siege creep up here. I like this move. Bring both supports with the siege creep, take the tower, and we'll see if there's any response from RNG. But for now, it looks like they're focusing their efforts down bottom.
We'll glyph here, and
Dire's top tower is under
said
attack.
both supports in the area. Fenrir also showing up, ready to lay down the zombie house if he needs to.
Yeah, this is such a nice move. It's just the supports up here too, so it's not even like a large commitment. PA's gonna just be daggering happily bot.
They need another creep wave here though, and it looks like it arrives.
And they aren't able to get a return kill onto any of the other cores either. This Medusa's playing safe. The
Dire's top
rotation
tower
coming
has
from
fallen.
Afu is a little bit late, it looks like, although now maybe they can make it happen as
You can definitely kill Medusa with Invoker. This is why you pick the Invoker against the
they
Medusa.
see Afu though, and immediately Medusa's backing out.
It's a really good ward. You know that with the Invoker, there's gonna be rotations coming on him.
Slow, the chase. Monet has already used Pounce though, and they can't find him.
Stole quite a bit of Agi.
How's PA's tower? The PA tower, is it taking any damage after that rotation? Not very little. So they take a full tower. They don't. There's no trade really at bottom, and PA is still farming fine because you can just dagger spam. So that's a great move from Radiant supports.
Fenrir offs himself.
That's a longer respawn, but
So I guess if you just have no mana, the alternative is you walk back.
was he trying to
base.
stack it?
I think he.
No, it's not a
I
stack
think he
time.
just didn't care about the extended duration.
Okay.
Sometimes the players will do that just because the lanes are all static. You think it's gonna stay static.
The time it takes you to walk to fountain, heal up is about 20 seconds.
Or
anyways,
yeah,
maybe more.
or walk to like the tier 2.
Yeah.
It's just nice little middle ground.
Well, all across the lanes, it's looking like it's Aster in the lead. Feeling pretty good about themselves as Bafik lets us know about the enemy shrine. Thank you.
Maybe he's saying the Undying should have shrine. Your Undying's not going to waste the shrine. Those are for carries.
Was that another? Was that another language caster?
Yeah.
He's the Russian caster.
Come on, use the shrine on Undying?
I don't know. I don't know if that's what he's saying.
No, that's what he was saying for sure.
Yeah, that's my interpretation of that.
Yeah, why are you guys flaming Bafik?
I-
Come on now.
We're not flaming him. We're flaming his call. It's a stupid call.
See, you're learning. You know, someone does something dumb and stupid. As long as you flame the play and not the player, you're good.
All right.
We'll see if they get the drop a sentry ward here. They had the Hawk in Given Vision, but I guess if you're playing against Beastmaster, you
It looks like
imagine
that
it's
Hawk
there.
is building into Necrobook too.
Oh, yeah?
Hawk is very, very farmed.
My God,
It just showed up when you hover the Hawk.
the way to go.
Get them
Those
boards.
boards aren't building anything. They're dead though.
All right, they're going from tower to tower. They get the tier 1 top. Now they want to get the bottom tier 1.
This is not as strong of a core to run to the lane, though. Like, the Sand King, incredibly strong, highest net worth, early game hero. The PA, pretty strong, but just not the same as the...
There's also just no siege creep, too, which makes a big difference.
Yeah, for sure. And low mana on Babica.
Yeah.
I'm just like expecting Sylar to just walk up and one-hit somebody right now, just based upon what we've seen.
Yeah.
Ooh, Midas for the Invoker.
Aster's just crushing this early game.
Yeah.
They've won 3 lanes at this point. Mid lane's kind of even, and we'll start to even maybe look better for Invoker once he gets Midas, but same time, imagine Medusa will get some Mask of Madness and start power farming.
Oh, hello. That's Babica taking a Roar and a Sunstrike.
Nice play.
That's one thing we haven't talked about yet, is the fact that this Quas Exort Invoker has a lot of tools to set up for the Sunstrike, between like the Slark ganks, the Beastmaster Roar, the Rubik Lift. Even the Lich can pull with the Gaze and set up, like every single hero can set up for the Sunstrike. You can just sit there and farm and get kills as well.
Setsu, carry me to victory. The call right now.
Is he carrying, or is he just pressing that Sunstrike button?
I mean, that's what they're hoping he's
He's the
going to do
10th pick,
eventually.
man. He's going to carry.
I'm just saying, these Invoker players, man, they think they're hot shit. It's like, oh, nice Sunstrike, dude. Thanks for chaosing.
Yeah, they go like 10-0 in your pub, and they're just
Right,
like
right.
talking shit at the end of the game, pretending they carry.
Yeah. Oh, look at all these assists that I have conveniently. Where did these come from?
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Fucking Invoker player.
Uh-oh.
Greedy.
Monet in a little bit of trouble there. That's one nice part, gain that damage over time from the Sandstorm while still giving the punches.
Yeah. It's pretty sweet. Like, just go into a fight, drop the Sandstorm. If the enemy team chooses to fight there, well, you're a Sand King. You're invisible, but also that damage is permanently there. It does actually add up, especially if you get that damage talent on Sand King.
Mm.
It's quite a bit of damage. 50 Sandstorm DPS. Let's see, what does it do? What does it do? Like 100?
Yeah.
So 150 DPS. If you're standing in it for 3 seconds, it's 450 damage.
That's
Goodness.
Pretty crazy increase for a level 15 talent. 50% more damage.
And then everything else that Sandstorm provides now, too.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, Sylar. Nice play there for Babica, helping out his carry.
Fountain regen. You know, you can give people mana with Pugna too.
Yeah, if they're full health,
They're
right?
full.
Yeah.
If they're full health, it's a pretty nice thing that you can do. Pushing Tranquil Boots on support Pugna is so legit.
I was just thinking in that scenario, I feel like the Tranquil Boots would maybe be pretty handy.
Oh yeah.
Although Arcane Boots have also been buffed to restore more mana, so
Yep.
you may just want to go Arcanes into the Aether Lens.
Yeah, sure, makes sense.
Dire's structures
Often you'll see the Arcane's Aether Lens, then you get the Tranquils after that.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
So the last,
Radiant
well, not the last, I
structures
forgot
are
that they didn't take
fortified.
this tower, but they're going to instead push
Dire's
towards the
middle
mid tower.
is under attack.
They could just glyph in that range creep.
Sand
I was like,
King,
what's Radiant Glyphin for? But
Just
they
do
wanna keep that range keep alive.
a little bit of extra damage.
They have Blink Dagger on Sand King ready to jump as Setsu may be in a little bit of trouble if he steps too far forward, but looks like they're just going to be able to finish off the tower.
Oh, I almost got the
Dire's
deny.
middle tower has fallen.
Not quite there, though.
So another tier
Radiant's
1 going
top
down.
tower
Dire not
is
really
under
taking any
attack.
objectives here, and got to imagine they're going to even swing bottom and look for this last tier 1 tower.
Man up, PA. Come on. One hit the Rubik. Let's go.
It's still just so insane.
Silas just had a free game on this PA.
Oh, hello. Mr. Invoker.
He's gonna die to that.
Oh, and they get to kill the Dusa.
Reveal
Not the spell
Zinbiz,
to
dude.
go for. Yeah, a Cold Snap or Tornado. Some kind of cancel would have gone a long way.
That was basically just the Pugnus damage. The Medusa really just contributed by stealing the kill. Like that was a solo kill.
Yeah, the Invoker was dead without
Yes.
any
Yes.
damage coming in.
Uh-oh. Success, Sandstorm. And they kill him off. The Roar, it comes out as well. Sand King. Maybe
He's
it's
got
trouble.
back.
He could turn on to Monet maybe, but the fear. Well played.
Plus
Now,
one edge.
now he has the Agi.
Right.
Okay.
He's
Okay.
got
Got
this
one.
Good. Good. Good stuff. I love these new phase boots on Slark. You can just stick on people. There's no way that they can get away from you. You have to basically just kill the Slark.
Radiant's
That
top
dagger
tower
crits.
is
He's
under
a sad
attack.
Rubik.
Dire's structures
He's
are
probably already a
fortified.
sad Rubik.
9 HP tower.
This 300 AoE Slark thing, I feel, is a lot better. Because when it was initially added, right, it was like if you got hit by him, TP to another lane and died, he could still add you.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Just because that buff lasts for 60 seconds.
Yeah. It's not like it's not bullshit for the Slark where you have to steal kills, and it's not bullshit for the people getting killed either.
Yeah, where it's like you die not even to a Slark or near him.
Yeah, it's that nice middle ground.
300 is kind of like, I mean, compared to Silencer, it's like a very small AoE, but
Yeah.
also, makes sense. You want to reward Slark for killing a hero he's on top of, not for a hero that dies when he's,
Yeah.
half a screen away.
He gets the D ward.
Yeah, you gotta play Slark with those sentries.
So he had one of his supports buy it for him too, I think. But the other thing too is like this Royal Never Give Up lineup. The plus side of their draft is they're going to always have the vision advantage with Beastmaster, and then also Slark getting these D wards working could become a problem in the later stages of the game.
I think they're. It's hard to say who has the better late game here, but I do feel like Slark being so strong against the PA and the Medusa and the Invoker as well being really good against both of those heroes. Like if PA doesn't have BKB, Medusa you just drain the mana. I do think that RNG is perfectly fine going late, just like playing the vision game, playing the map game.
Afu's still hanging on to this. Another blast could go for just taking down the tower slowly as well, chipping away at it. Looks like that's going to be the call, at least for now, as 4 heroes mid lane heading into the dire jungle, and they aren't going to find anybody.
Blink on Sand King or what?
He's had it for a little while.
He's had it for a while.
As Vanguard now on top of that.
Ooh,
Slark needs to get his ultimate off real quickly, and he is going to be able to walk away. Gets it off, Monet.
Sand King just wait to stun. Because Slark's going to see you first with the nighttime vision.
Yeah.
Wait to stun until after he ulties, maybe.
Dire's top
Or
tower
at least until after you see the Dark Pact.
Yeah, maybe.
In the meantime, they're able to take the tier 1
close.
tower and push down bottom as well.
Either way, I mean, they smoke up here knowing that they've got this pushing lineup that can take objectives.
Yeah.
It's still complete map control of the enemy jungle in some ways. Problem is you can't maintain it because the wards just get taken out every single time by the Slark.
Yeah.
We'll see how long this one lasts. Imagine with these towers down and some wards, they're going to be eyeing off Roshan, Deso PA, Undying Tombstone. Should be pretty easy for them to Rosh.
Based upon what I feel like we've seen in this region so far, I'm starting to favor Royal Never Gives Up lineup, but there's always this sort of question mark of how does the Sylar Phantom Assassin work out?
Yeah, they...
Never
Invoker, the Medusa should have a pretty rough time against these heroes, and there's how the PA can work out pretty well.
Never bet against the PA.
I just don't think Slark has a game. I think this Slark is going to be useless against this lineup. He can't really go in the PA all too well with the evasion until he gets like a Silver Edge or something. And all these other heroes, there's Decrep, there's like Undying, there's Sand King AoE stuns.
He kills the Undying right now. That's like the only hero.
And he's against the lineup that's kind of 5-manning. Like this 5-man Medusa Undying Pugna draft is... You don't like playing against 5-man drafts as a Slark.
It's always been the counter to Slark too, is just pick a 5-man lineup and
5-man some towers. He can have a 13-minute Shadow Blade, and it's just not going to do anything if you're grouped as a team.
Tornado is going to burrow strike away from that one.
if only he was in the middle of that sandstorm, that would have hurt.
They pick up the Crimson Guard now as well, so more damage mitigation.
So effective against Invoker summons, Beastmaster summons.
They do take out that ward though, so Slark now with Shadow Blade. And they're looking for somebody, but it is, like you guys were saying, all together.
They're expecting a Rosh, it looks like, with where the route they're taking. Doesn't pop at Rosh, so they're going in the jungle.
Oh, they are on the high ground though.
This could work if they're able to find one at the start.
There
But
If they can find Baboka or
he's on the
Fenrir.
Fenrir, able to lace him. Not bad. Roar now as well, onto one. Can they...
Oh no!
He threw a Sunstrike.
He sunstruck.
So clearly, maybe
He got so excited, he kicked his computer.
Oh man, been there.
the Decrypt Sorb. This Undying will last as long as his Decrypt's on him for now.
Good reaction by Bobica.
That tomb's in a pretty good spot. Being on the low ground means it can't be right-clicked. And
Yeah, they have Force Staff on Dusa with Stone Gaze. I think RNG, they maybe can get one kill.
Remember, you can force stuff out of the pounce now too, so this Undying is...
Yep.
He's actually safe.
See if Seth can get a good
Turns
chain
the other
cross.
way.
They're looking for it, and the Tornado already out, but RNG are starting to evaporate. Can they kill off anybody at all? They're getting the heal coming out from Bobica as well, and Afu dead. Everybody else need to run. Royal never give up. Lose 3.
I don't even think that pause, like, it wasn't like even helped Aster. If anything, I think it allowed RNG to realize the fight was bad, so they knew they had to run away. But even though they knew it was bad, they still couldn't run away.
I guess the question is, like, where, if there wasn't issues, you know, where would the Invoker be positioned? What would he have done at the start differently? But you could see, like, when it was paused, that they were not focusing the same targets.
Yeah.
There was just the smoke broke and they split the fight, and that resulted in them like not really bursting anybody.
Yeah.
And if they don't burst anybody, they just get saved.
And the unpause was literally Invoker throws a 3-man tornado and everyone's just running
They
away,
just ran,
trying not
yeah.
to die.
They know that like they screwed up that engagement.
I think
right
the
from the
pause
start.
helped RNG, if anything, but they're going to go down, and Aster are in a fantastic position. This PA is looking pretty scary. Medusa is very, very farmed. And it's an extra Invoker, so we're not going to see that serious EMP mana drain really coming into play as much. Slark just doesn't feel all too scary either. This just seems like the stage where they're going to 5-man down some towers.
Yep. And that is exactly what they are doing. Tier 2, assaulted. They have some amount of physical mitigation, but September,
no
he's
armor.
gone.
Use it on the tower. It's just too greedy sometimes when there's a gap closer like Sand King. You're going to get found.
You need that for your high ground.
Yeah, I would have preferred to see that. And yeah, they're going to lose this tower pretty quickly, maybe.
They do steal Burrow Strike, but oh, that's not what I want to do. Burrow Strike there, and better one coming from XXS. Sunstrike as well, trying to take down one. They do kill off Bobica, which means there's not going to be a save, but looks like it doesn't really matter all that much. Sylar turns on to Monet. He's gone. Immediate buyback from the Slarkin. They don't need the decrypt save.
Good tombstone placement, and Aster are just going to push forward. They threw everything at the Pugna, knowing that you can't really kill Medusa with the Aegis. Kill the Pugna because he's the main pushing force.
Ooh, and the Invoker.
Oh, Setsu just going to
No
end up getting
crits,
taken
no
down.
problem.
Well, SRF, he's trying to do what he can, but he is also going to be fed to the wolves as Sylar continues to just run a spree. Good Chain Frost through all of these different heroes and might actually be able to find some more.
He jumped in. He's
That
so
Chain
lucky.
Frost,
He's
oh,
so
could
lucky.
another kill. Okay. All of a sudden, all the buybacks are coming out, but Medusa is still living.
4 buybacks or 5? Everyone except Rubik. Maybe Rubik even bought back 2.
It's much easier to siege now that the tower's gone.
Sylar's still living through all of that.
Just backing off.
It doesn't even matter if you get racks now. You just gained a ridiculous amount of gold.
Yeah, you may as well go spend it and then come back.
Did Rubik buy back as well? You can't see because he died again. I guess. Oh no, you would show. Okay, so we're good.
He did not.
No, yeah.
He doesn't have the gold.
It's a very poor support.
They get all the bounty runes. Actually, bottom ones didn't get taken. But yeah, this is a big moment here for Aster. Is already up 1 game to nothing. We'll put them in a very good position if they can close this one out.
You know, the way that XXS was playing the Magnus is actually kind of similar to how he's playing the Sand King, but the Sand King feels a little bit better with what he's doing. He's just going in and looking for anything, like just scouting for his PA, and the PA just jumps in the back line, instantly evaporates somebody, and then it's all of a sudden a good fight because it's a 4v5. The Sand King provides a stun for that. Magnus was sometimes missing the skewers, but like the way that they're playing this is exactly the same. It's just the fact that when you pick these Blink Dagger offlaners that are tanky, and then a PA, you can just go in and evaporate one guy, and then it's just a 4v5. The fights feel a lot easier.
Well, Monet is up on the high ground right now. We'll run into Fenrir, and everybody else smoked up. They're going to have to take the long walk around, and actually, they're just going to TP back as 4.
God damn.
There's no fight there. Maybe you can try and pick somebody off, but Sylar is daring Monet to move any closer. Goes into the Shadow Blade. Can still go on to 1 here if they so desire. Medusa up on the high ground, though, just hitting buildings. And Sylar going to be able to find...
Yeah, there's the combo. Like, these heroes together, the 2 seconds is enough to kill anybody.
Oh, good force staff. Medusa still standing tall with the mana. And no Slark for 60 seconds. No buyback for him. They're blinking backwards into their base. And, well, might be another one dead here in a second. Sylar jumps forward. A good amount of physical mitigation coming out from September, but will eventually be able to go down.
He tried to cast a spell. He died to the ward. Oh, BKB gets off before.
Good
Really
reaction.
no damage.
Yeah, this game is over. GG.
GG.
What a Well, Storm, this is the patch at the start. 20-minute snowbally game.
Dire's top tower
Slark not looking like a hero.
PA is.
Not against a 5-man lineup. No. I think that's the only reason he didn't look like a hero.
They'd kind of already gone that direction before this Slark pick, right?
It was a
Well, I
ballsy Slark pick. Maybe
no,
that,
the Pugna came after the Slark, right? I'm pretty sure. It was Slark and then instantly Pugna was picked up.
let me
I
check.
want to say, which was kind of sealed the deal that they were going to do some 5-man Dota. Undying was already there, but I think Undying's going to get picked whether you're 5-manning or just securing a lane.
Right.
Every time I type in Team Aster to Google, I think that I'm gonna get like, one of those like instant coffee machines or like instant tea machines. Buy the Team Aster.
Team Master.
It's like, nah, dog. I want the Dota team, man. Let's see what was their draft. I think the Medusa pick. Like, we were questioning it. Like the Slark, very strong against the Medusa in terms of like fighting. Like if you get on the Medusa, you steal a lot of stats. But she was. Oh, that's the wrong game.
What was the first opening, right? It was like
Sanking was first
King,
picked, and then it
PA.
was Lich plus
Lich Rubik.
Rubik.
Yeah.
Yeah, the two supports.
So Medusa was like the last pick.
Yeah.
They saw the Slark and then they picked Pugna Medusa, just saying, you know what, you wanna play the Slark, we'll take what we're already pretty good at and just do it better.
Yeah, like they picked
5-man.
Medusa after Slark, knowing that it's kind of like one of those matchups that you think Slark counters Medusa, but the playstyle of Medusa destroys a Slark.
Exactly. It's like when PPD was picking the Medusa into Anti-Mage. It's like, sure, Anti-Mage drains the mana, blows up the Medusa, but Medusa 5-mans before Anti-Mage ever comes
Yeah, like
online.
the Medusa Drow strats that end the game at 25
right.
minutes. Yeah,
it's like you just don't have the opportunity to counter the hero. Yeah.
Well, that's going to do it for our second series of the day. Aster take down RNG 2-0. That is a little bit of, help for them.
Was that game 1? Was that game 2?
That was game 2.
I don't know.
We're doing it.
Is this the first series of the day or the second?
Wait, was that seriously 2-0?
Yeah, it was 2-0.
Oh shit! Actually, I legitimately thought that was game 1.
You were legit.
I
You
legitimately
remember
thought that was
PA?
game 1, guys.
The Dazzle PA blowing people
you're
up
right.
with
No,
the mag.
You guys are.
Yeah.
Just please carry on. Don't let me
No
talk.
problem. It's all good. And I mean, that's a little bit of help for them after losing to Vici Gaming in the last series. Probably feel a little bit better about that one.
Yeah, 1-1 with Vici, and I think that game was.
Yeah.
And that game was tight. That was a very strange game.
I would agree.
I think they're okay.
But we will be back in just a little bit. Newbie Young versus Keen Gaming will be the next one. And, of course, you can continue following all the action on all the other channels. Beyond the Summit 234 with all the wonderful casts over there. Zyclops, Baseskip, and MLP, if I'm remembering all those correctly.
Sounds right.
That's a Dancast cast. Meme cast.
They're all casting
of them
separately.
together, yeah.
Oh, that's too bad.
I know, it does sound good.
That sounds real good.
All right, folks.
But separately, they suck. I'm just kidding.
Wonderful.
Some Cyclops. I want some Cyclops solo cast in my life.
You
Other
can
guys
just
are great
don't
too.
mess with
That came out wrong.
it. No, it's all good.
Everyone and lots of good Dota.
So what's
different
wrong with
strokes for
Baseskip?
different folks.
You only like the Cyclops
Gee,
solo cast?
He's competing for the token Aussie caster. So
That is true. He has
I
like
can't-
he has like analyst play-by-play too.
Yeah, I can't have him
It's like
encroaching on my
Highlander.
territory. Yeah.
There can only be one.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Any upcoming Australian casters, I'm quick to shut him down. MLP, also an Aussie. He's
Eh?
also garbage. Basket, Aussie, garbage.
You're
Toby no longer Australian, so he's okay. He can stick around. He's
Gods,
moved to the UK.
Aussie, garbage. Like all these Aussies,
Yeah.
they don't know what they're doing.
Just garbage.
Hey man, we win TIs and stuff. We're good.
There you go.
We'll take that instead.
Well, we'll be back in just a little bit, guys. More to come. China qualifiers right after this.